Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Today, look where I am. I'm at my favorite portal. I call this portal of my ascension because this is where I had my life review in this physical body. So I'm just drawn here every time I needed to recharge, rejuvenate, because when I do healing or when I do teaching of the Akashic Records, I feel this galactic cosmic light downloads that kind of penetrates your cellular level of consciousness and memories. And when you're going through that, it's an acceleration of your memory banks. So it's like your memories are retrieving all these files and information. So after I blog the galactic light body activations this morning, around 10:30, I ran to the ocean here at Crescent Beach. And I was just relaxing and just really synchronizing with the waves, the frequencies of the ocean. I like sharing this to you so you can recognize that there is a different path of living your life. Because most of human beings right now are stuck in fear, in restrictions, because the collective unconscious is bringing us the collective fear, which is actually about the fear of death. So as human beings, we are attached to our earthly mundane things, right? Like earthly things. We are consumers. We consume a lot of things, and we are attached to our family members, whatever is in our tribe. That is the ancestors. So that's the earthly bound, the karmic bondages that we co-create with our human genome. So basically, the human genome consists of the 12 strands DNA, which are our innate gifts from the source. So in ancient civilizations, during Lemurian and Atlantis timelines, we were equipped with teleportation, levitation, astral body projection, telekinesis, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, clairaudient, pattern decoding gift, synesthesia, remote viewing. These are all innate gifts. The multisensory, the multidimensional innate frequencies that we can access anytime, because at that time the electromagnetic fields are vibrating in harmonious, synchronized, unified consciousness. So during those ancient timelines, we have no separation from the animals, the plant kingdom. We are telepathic. We can communicate. So it feels like the technology that we have now, like the cellular phone, right, is actually us in our innate gift within us in our organic, natural form. But what happened is our mind were imprinted with a lot of fear-based implants. So if we talk about alien artificial intelligence, our human genome consists of a lot of races, like the Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians. So your galactic blueprint actually could be 30% of Pleiadians if you like art, music, sexuality. These are the vibrations that the Pleiadians had brought into our DNA. And so we are comprised, it's like a comprised of, the word is conglomeration. And when we are awakened and activated in our galactic light body that sits within us, this is the divine fire, the Shakti, the Kundalini. When that is activated, for a lot of yogi practitioners are familiar with this, right? Because this is actually about clearing your energy centers and receiving this gift from the cosmos, the universe, increasing and elevating, raising our frequencies, our vibrations towards love and light, which is really releasing and clearing our lower vibrations. So today I got in touch with these cards, the Sirian Starseed Tarot. I think this was Patricia Cori. I love Patricia Cori. She's a Sirian channel. I met Patricia on 2009 when I opened my business. We had an international Body Soul Expo here in Vancouver. And I wasn't even aware because I was just so naive 12 years ago about consciousness and extraterrestrial, right? So when I met her, I listened to her, and now I got in touch with her oracle cards. I didn't know she had an oracle cards. This is actually dated on 2012. So 2012 is a very auspicious time of our consciousness, the shift, the Mayan prophecy. So during that time, 2012, I was in touch with one of the author, Paulo Alarcon, who lived 27 years in Mexico. And he brought to my consciousness about the prediction, the prophecy of the Mayans that our time is collapsing. That actually means the linear time is collapsing and you're recreating a new timeline where there is no blockages in your consciousness. So that's how I interpret this 2012 prediction prophecy. Also, it is happening right now that all the old structures, the government, school system, the medical, pharmacology, all of that are going to be rebooted. Like we're creating a new template of how we see things through the higher perspective of our soul. So the card actually that came today is Two of Orbs. It is a beautiful design. This Two of Orbs is about our mental consciousness, the air. And you can see this goddess are kind of balancing these orbs. One is higher and one is below her hand. So this is actually about the duality, the polarity. Like, for example, we are caught in a rift that we are highly evolved conscious beings, but also dwelling in the chaos of the suffering humans. So with that, we almost feel like, how do we juggle this kind of environment, or what is happening to the world? This Two of Orbs is asking us to reflect and to understand that with darkness we could also be attuned to the light, because without darkness we are unable to transmute the clouds, right? Like, the clouds in your head are actually your egoic attachments, your illusions. So by seeing life as wholesome, when you are at that space of blissful space of, when you've attained inner peace, you're literally co-creating that in your external world. Like, being in the ocean, being in nature, doing your passion. I'm gonna speak about myself. So I'm in this zone of writing, channeling, and receiving the messages that they want me to deliver. When I say they're actually my guides, my masters, and these galactic beings that are contacting me. So living in two dimensions, like the third dimension and the fifth dimension, is like this, balancing the forces of nature. And in this picture, she is actually vulnerable. Half of her body is naked. Vulnerable, but knowing that she's always protected, because she has this drape around her body, and that in her vulnerability, she's able to feel she's always taken care of, that all is well, right? This is the unified consciousness actually vibrates in all is well. All is well, right? This is the source, the co-creation of our 5D matrix. So with that said, another card, the Three of Orbs, another mental air sign. It's so beautiful. This is actually a problematic card. So when I tap into this, I tap into the collective. So this lightning is actually a voltage. That's illumination. You see the thunder storm there? That lightning is illumination. So in this depiction, there's one orb that's tapping into the dark clouds, and one is tapping into the horizon where there is sunshine, like a portal. And the other orb is like an umbrella of lightning bolt. This depicts about our triangulation, like, when things happen to us. Like for me, a loss of my son brings suffering. It's been 3 years that I lost Theo, but it's always I have this kind of like a deep pain in my heart and in my memory of my son's loss. Like I'm not able to kiss him, touch him. I'm not able to hear his voice in this physical dimension. So that is the suffering of humans when we grieve. So this illumination, this lightning is reminding us that we are also tapping into this portal of light, which is the lessons of life. So what I've learned in losing my son is I've treasured time. That's why I am so passionate to deliver the messages, because I know my time in this bodysuit is such a short fractal of my multidimensional self, and I want to really make the most of this to leave a legacy to my grandchildren, my children. And so that is the lesson, the golden treasures of time in your body physical dimension, so you can co-create and elevate others in your ascension process. So we can all transcend this victim consciousness in this timeline. And the third orb, where you could see that lightning is like an umbrella of the third orb, that actually depicts about we are always taken care of. We are always protected no matter what. Whatever happened in this time, everything is uncertain, and we are here to live in the flow, in the flow, like just like this ocean, where all these birds are now coming out to drink. It's probably their lunchtime. And the last card is Higher Self. Higher Self is a beautiful priestess. So basically, Patricia Cori shifted these orbs and the major arcana into the Starseed galactic blueprints. The higher self is the priestess. You can see the priestess is holding a scroll. So this for me is the Akashic records. The scrolls are the universal memories of our collective consciousness. All things that were created, all things that were written, spoken of, are all here. All prophecies, because we live in this quantum soup. So when you're a high priest or high priestess, you are able to discern what is happening in the external realities, because you are tapping into truth, freedom, and also you become a multidimensional self, which is tapping into parallel, alternate universes. And what anchors us here in Mother Earth is the present time, like the 0 point field. This is the Akashic fields. So everything has a blueprint, and right now I'm writing the galactic blueprints, which is going to be delivered on December 21st, 2021. So then Starseeds would be able to activate your light body. And for those who are awakening, starting to awaken, these are technologies and systems that we need to become aware and conscious, so then we can elevate our consciousness. So it all starts with you, self-love, and that you will emanate this loving energy towards others, and that others would be reminded of their fifth dimensional body, which is love and light. So thank you so much for listening, and tap into your higher self. Open your Akashic records. I actually have a lot of downloads, activations at Anchor Podcast. You could find me in any type of podcast. It's called Cosmic Soul, Teza Shalsita. And I also blog everything that I write. So it's on my website, tezashalsita.com. And I also teach sometimes twice a year. And I'm starting tomorrow for Akashic Records. Only like 6 people, because I really, I am very intimate with my students, and when I'm given this responsibility, I really take it into my heart that I would be able to rewrite the victim consciousness, that we as human beings are all in this together. And as a responsible, accountable, conscious being of light, you are here to deliver the messages and share and serve others. So thank you and have a beautiful day. Namaste.